The dog snarled, sprinted away from everybody who attempted to assist him, and no one could approach him until one afternoon a boy in A. When the wheelchair arrived and the wild dog stopped running at the West Hill Animal Rescue Center, volunteers whispered about the new dog, who was large, white-coated, and covered in scars. He had been discovered in a drainage ditch outside of the city, and the reason they called him Ghost was not just because of his pale fur but also because of the way he disappeared into the shadows the moment anyone approached. Trainers tried everything, including food, toys, and calm voices, but Ghost wouldn't let anyone near him. He barked, backed into corners, and his mother walked beside him unsure. It had been 2 years since Noah Clark, 16, had been involved in an off-road bike accident that had taken away his legs and almost all of his spirit. He was once a lively, fearless boy who spent every afternoon at the skate park. This visit wasn't his idea. When Noah's gaze strayed past the barking pups and excited wagging tails, he noticed a ghost. The dog was motionless behind the fence, observing him, and Noah stopped his mother. "Do you want to move on?" Noah asked. Quietly, Noah murmured, "I want to stay." Volunteers hesitated, but allowed Noah to approach cautiously and slowly. He wheeled to the edge of the enclosure, where Ghost stood alert and with his hackles up. After what seemed like an eternity, Ghost moved forward, and the dog approached him without wagging or playing, but searching. He sniffed the air near Noah's hand, then in a move that stopped the entire shelter, he lowered his head and placed it gently on Noah's knee. Someone whispered, "He's never done that before." Noah merely said, "It's okay. I know what it's like to be scared," without grinning or looking around. Everything altered in the weeks that followed from that point on. Every day when Noah went back to the shelter, the ghost learned to sit next to him and move silently by his chair, leaning against him like a silent shield. There were no commands or leashes, just faith that a local reporter would pick up the story. Ghost didn't forget that one morning he stood waiting at the gate refusing food and refusing walks until Noah returned, and when he did, Ghost ran straight to him and lay down by his side. A video of Ghost resting his head in Noah's lap went viral, but not everyone thought it was a fluke. One trainer claimed that the dog wasn't trained and the boy wasn't qualified. The noise got louder, and Noah stopped coming for a while. Noah was asked to tell their experience at a therapy program for children with impairments hosted by the rescue facility. He was initially apprehensive, but as soon as he wheeled into the arena with Ghost strolling peacefully next to him, all of his reservations vanished, and kids who had never spoken went out to touch Ghost. As the sun sank behind the hills that evening, one girl giggled for the first time in months, and the ghost replied to each kid with the same patience that he had showed Noah. The mending was slow and steady. Stuffing the dog's scarred fur, Noah sat with the ghost in the deserted field without any cameras or acclaim. "You helped me find myself again," he murmured, adding, "Maybe we saved each other." When Ghost gently waggled his tail with his head resting on Noah's foot, Noah smiled for the first time in 2 years. Sometimes true courage comes from letting ourselves be seen as trusted and receiving that trust in return, not from being strong.